you do land on the My Account page, which is what you're seeing here. It'll have your headshot, your name, your personal information on the first screen, contact info on the second screen, and then of course your web info here on this screen. So what we're going to talk about today is setting your goal for 2021. And again, because this is fed automatically from your local MLS, every time you have a transaction close, it's going to track your GCI for you right in the system. So this is done through MoxiEngage, which is not only your CRM, but it is also your goal tracker. So it'll track all of the people that you have in your pipeline as far as if you've marked them as a client, and then further if you've marked them as active, marketing, or if they actually are under contract, and then of course when they do close, it will track your GCI goal for you. So you do that right here from the Engage button right at the top of your screen. So once you click Engage, give that a second to load, and it's going to load you right into your dashboard. So if you're a manager on the call, you will have to toggle to your agent platform in order to see this, because it'll launch you right into your manager view. But for all the agents on the call, it launches you right into your dashboard. So this is where it's going to tell you good morning. It's going to give you your stay in flow people, your activity feed, your to-do list if you have anything, your calendar, which keep in mind syncs directly to your Gmail calendar, and then it'll show you who you have in your sales flow. So again, this is just a test account. We're just using this for training purposes, so there's zeros across the board, but of course as you mark your people in your dashboard in the sales flow, it's going to track it for you. And the really good thing with the goal is it's actually going to let you know how many people short you are in your marketing, in your prospects, in your actives, or in your pending. If you're short on reaching your goal for the year, the system's going to track that for you. So it really does help keep you tracking to your goal, whatever you want to succeed for in 2021. So when you first log into Engage, you're going to go through a sync process. Part of that sync process will actually prompt you to put your goal in. So if perhaps you did this last year and never entered a goal for 2020, or if you've not logged in yet in 2021, it may or may not prompt you, but that's okay. If it doesn't automatically prompt you to put your goal in, it's really easy to get to that screen in order to set your goal for 2021. So again, this is what you will see if you've been logged in. So if you've not set a goal, all you have to do is click in this little cog right here in the upper right corner, and you can go, I'm sorry, you want to be in goals first. I missed a step. So right here is your dashboard. We clicked Engage. You want to click goals. So once you click into goals and you let that load, if you've had any closings already here in 2021 in the last 17, 18 days, it will already have tracked that for you because you are automatically linked to your MLS. If you've not, then of course it's going to be zeros. So in order to set your goal, now that we've clicked on goals, so again, we went into Engage, went into goals, and now we're going to click on that little cog in the upper right corner. From here you can see you can get to your Engage settings, but right here is your GCI goal. So once you click that, you can see we've already set one for this test account. If it says 0, of course you can put in anything you want. You can always go back and change this goal as well. So here sitting in January, if you have in mind what your number might be, and then maybe you have a heck of a first quarter and you want to up that goal to push yourself a little farther, you can always go back in this way to do that. If you did have a 2020 goal, you can also click View here. Once you have that number set, and keep in mind it is gross commission income. This is what's tracking. It's not tracking volume or units. It is tracking your GCI. Then you can go ahead and click Done. It's going to take you back to your goals dashboard. This is where it's going to track for you. It will track your transactions, average size of that transaction, and then your average rate of GCI. And then you can see further, it's going to track for your closed transactions, because that's our category that comes up first, the number of buyers and sellers that you had. It's going to track your average time to close, your average size, which is the average sales price, and then your close rate, which is your GCI. So it's going to actually track those numbers for you. And then over here, it's going to actually detail that out. It'll have the address and the size of your commission, and actually the contact that you've linked that sale through, so that you can always get back to that client if you want to get back to their contact card. Maybe you want to send them an email, maybe you want to give them a follow-up phone call, whatever that might be. So it will track that for you. Further, what you can do is if you want to review your year that was 2020, if you go into your cog, I'm sorry, I clicked the email button. If you go back to your cog, go to GCI goal, you can click 2020 and view. This will pull up all your numbers for 2020. So you can see there was 3 transactions that tracked that. They were all sellers. It gives you the average sales price. And this is that detail screen that I showed you. It does give you the listing address, the size, and the commission. And then of course, this is a test account, so we don't have contacts in here, but it would give you the contacts as well. So you can get back to your year that was 2020 if you want to review that before you set your 2021 goal. Maybe you want to look and see exactly where you landed at the end of 2020 before you set your goal, so you can always do that as well. And again, you always want to get up here into the cog. So we can go back, it says right here, go back to your 2021 goal, and then you can see it automatically comes back. And again, we're 18 days in, so there's no information in there yet for as far as closings. You can also set your base commission rate. So maybe in your area, buyer commissions and seller commissions are closer to 4%, or maybe they're a little less at 2.5. So you can set your custom commission percent because it does default to 3 and 3. So if you want to actually track closer to your goal, because what it does, will take that sales price and the system will configure the GCI based on these numbers. So again, we went to here and went to commission rate, and that's where you can set that commission. So if you're closer to 4, or if you're a little less at 2.5, you can do a custom commission rate right here. And again, once you've changed that number, you can just click done. So once you transact in the MLS and that property goes to close, it's actually going to figure out that GCI number based on what that commission rate is. So again, the COG commission rate. If you are in here for the first time and you want to take a tour of what exactly this product can do for you and helping you track your business in 2021, this tour button right here is a really great thing to go through. It takes about 10 minutes maybe, depending on how quickly you want to read through it. But I do highly encourage you to take that tour if you're interested, because it really explains each piece of what this product does. So let's just back up real quick, and we will start from we'll start from the beginning. We did have a question from Shelly where the COG is. You should see it in your upper right corner, right here, underneath your headshot, right here. But let's back out all the way to the beginning and get there again. So of course, when you first log in to Moxie, oops, I clicked the wrong button. When you first log into Moxie, this is where you land. You land on your My Account page. So to get to your goal setting, to get to your CRM, which we call Engage, you click on the Engage button right here at the top. This is going to launch you directly into your dashboard, which will track your people. It'll tell you who you should call that day. It'll track your to-do list. It'll track your calendar. It really is a good place to start each and every morning so that you know what you need to do that day. From here, we want to click on goals because we are specifically talking about our 2021 goals. Again, if you've not been in here, it will automatically prompt you the first time. You're going to have a little screen that comes up and says, what is your 2021 goal? You can put the number in there and click done, and you're all set. If you ever wanted to go back to change that, no big deal. You can get there real easy. So you click right here. So you should see Find People, the COG, and then there's a little email button that you can quickly send an email to any of your contacts that are in Engage right from there. But specifically, if you go to the COG, you can get to your GCI goal. And that's where you can put in your gross commission income goal for 2021. And keep in mind, you can view the year that was 2020. Everything should be over there as long as it was put into the MLS. There is a manual process to adding transactions if they were a created sale that were not in the MLS. You can actually add that into the system so that we'll track your goal for you. And if you guys are interested in that, just reach out and we'll get you that information on how to add that. But again, right here, and if you're not seeing this, sometimes based on how you have your browser, if you're zoomed in or out of your browser too much, it may not look exactly like what you're seeing on my screen. So just play around with your browser settings. You can zoom in or zoom out, and that might change your view so that you're seeing it how I'm seeing it, and you'll be able to find that COG right there in the upper right corner. Let me check for more questions. Okay, great. Yes, and also when you're on the call, sometimes your Zoom settings will hide things as well. So that is also an issue that you want to make sure that if you have any other windows open, that you can kind of move your screen around and shift it so that you're seeing what you need to see. So I don't see any other questions, but let's just go through it just one more time real quick while we wait and see if any other questions come in. So again, we logged in, my.schmidtresources.com. This is the view that you're going to get. Obviously, you can change any of the settings at any time that you want, but specifically to get to your goal, you want to click on Engage. It'll launch you into your dashboard. If you click on Goals right here, again, the first time that you do this, it will automatically prompt you for that number. But to get back to that number to change it, you click on your little cog right here, GCI Goal. You can set this number to whatever you want. Maybe you had a heck of a first quarter, so you're going to up that and really challenge yourself for a really banner 2021. Click Done. And then again, these numbers track automatically as soon as those transactions are closed in your local MLS. They will track through here on your goals dashboard. If you want to change that average commission rate, you go back to your cog, click commission rate, and then you can change that here. Maybe it's a little lower in your area, or maybe it's a little higher. So that's where you can change those numbers there. And then you simply click Done. And then that's as soon as the volume shows up in your MLS is closed, the system will configure it based upon that rate, and your goals will start to track. And keep in mind, if you want to see the year that was 2020, you can go back to your GCI goal, click View, and it'll load. And it always will tell you at the top, just so you're aware, it's a very friendly system, right? You're reviewing 2020. And again, this is where you can see where all of those numbers will track. Let me check one more time for questions. Great question, Suzanne. And ASC asked if, as an admin, if you can input the agents. So the only way as an admin to input the agent's goal for them is if they've given you delegated access. So that's a great question. You can't automatically proxy as them, but as an agent, if they go to their account, which I will pull up here, and they go to account settings and account access, they can click manage, invite, and then they can start typing your name as the ASC, click search and add, and then click invite. That will give you delegated access. And then as the ASC at that particular time, you would be able to log in as them to set their goal for them. We highly recommend the agent does it themselves, but the ASCs can do that as long as the agent has given them this delegated access. And you'll know as an ASC that they've done this because you'll receive an email saying, John Doe has given you access to their Moxie account. Do you agree? Click yes. It'll launch you into your account, and then you'll be able to toggle back and forth between your account and your agent's account. So great question there, Suzanne. Okay, perfect. Yeah, once you have that delegated access, you are able to put that goal in for the agent. I'm going to go ahead and cancel this out so that you don't have access that you don't need to a test account. Great. Well, I don't see any other questions. We're right at 15 minutes. So please log into your Engage. The first time, like I said, you will go through a sync process. It just takes a few minutes. You'll be able to set your goal. And then again, you can always get back to it by this magic little button right here. So thank you guys so much for your time today. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions after the fact, of course, reach out to your ASC, your RSC, anybody in the marketing group, or myself. So thanks, guys. Hope you have a great week. Bye now.